Hello guys. It was a long day and it was a great experience for all of us. So for this year's hackathon, we were presented different topics like improving the content author experience, and then doing something on JSS, another part was SXA, and doing something on the PowerShell, PowerShell side of it. So what we opted, like, we had discussion in the morning and we thought, let's do something on PowerShell. So what we as a team came up with an idea that you know we will write some script which can help our content authors and narrators and the marketers in performing their day-to-day operations, and even developers also. So I'm just going to walk you through on different scripts which we have written using PowerShell, and which can ultimately help our development team and our content authors. So let me just go quickly to PowerShell toolbox and show you the script which you have written. So we can find here, like, on the menu, like, we have content authoring tools and services, and under that you will find we have these 6 different reports there. I'm just going to go over all these different reports quickly. So items with campaigns is something which will basically give you which will give you a report where where you're supposed to specify a specific campaign, and then wherever that campaign is applied on your pages, it is going to list on all those pages for you. So you don't have to basically you have this particular dashboard available for you to check what different pages are available for where you have your specific campaign configured. So that is what we will do with this one. SEO metadata is also very small feature, but it is it can be very handy for your content authors in a scenario where let's say we are talking about SXA, and then there are certain fields which we get as part of SXA, SXA template, like page keywords and meta description. So this tool will basically check if your meta properties are populated properly or not. So meta properties are populated or not, and if it is not populated, it is going to list down all those pages for you, so that you can your content authors can directly go to those pages and update the properties. Another one is user session details. So user session detail is again before I do all these things, I think it's better to just directly show you all these things directly. So let me just go to item with campaign. So you'll have your marketing campaign and then the content route. So you can just select whatever campaign you have. As of now, you see, like, I have two different campaigns created: sample campaign and test campaign. So if I select the sample campaign and then select the route from where exactly I want to search this one, so I can just select my home node here, and then node find items marked with the marketing campaign. So once you have all these two parameters populated, you can just click on run report, and then you see, like, you have your sample campaign linked to your 123 page. That's a page item which we have created there. So that's where this item is created, and then you can just download this report, and you can your marketers can basically use this report to see wherever their specific campaign is linked. So that's all about campaign. Another report what we have here is on SEO metadata part. So SEO metadata part, as I mentioned, like, we just need to specify the content route here. So in this case, I can just specify home, and then you find items which doesn't have the metadata, and it is it expects those page description and page meta properties, which comes as part of your SXA configuration. So once you select the content route and click on run, then again you're going to get all those pages wherever you have you don't have your metadata properties configured. So that this report will also come very handy sometimes when we see when our content writers, they have to update something and they're not sure for which page they are missing the metadata property. So this particular PowerShell script will help them in those specific scenarios. Another tool which we have worked here is user session detail. So it's it's user session detail is all about that it is going to basically list on all those users who are actually logged in after a specific date, which we can select here, and then it will also list down all those users which are currently active. So if I just select 1st of March here and then click on proceed, so it will show that after 1st of March what are those users who actually who actually logged in there. So there are admin, Ajoshi and test. So currently Ajoshi is logged in. So this also sometimes comes very handy, and then if you want to kick specific user, that also you can do here by this kick user. Another one we have here is cache viewer. So cache viewer is also something which is integrated directly with PowerShell. You don't have to go directly to Sitecore admin cache.espx page, the admin page what we have. So, but the entries what you see here, it is all same what you see on your cache.espx page. So let's say if I search for something here, and then languages, I think language provider if I see, and then if I click on open cache, I can see what that particular cache is coming from which database, and how what is the cache size and all those things. So this also comes handy sometimes when you see if you want to check the cache size, if you want to remove something and all those steps. So you can just click on that and then remove entries, so that way you can just do that. This also comes handy. And next thing what we have here is on the page and data items keyword report. So this report is all about let if sometimes what happens, like when we do our feature development, we for our testing purpose we create some items, and then we put some dummy content there. We create item with the dummy name just for our testing purpose, and then sometimes we delete it, and sometimes we forget to delete all those items. So I've seen some cases where all these test items gets promoted to production also, and there also we see some items like that. So the idea here to have this report is that we can actually list down all those keywords, and we can check that we can check for all those items that has this keyword, and later on we can delete those items, or we can just list those items for now, and we can extend this particular feature to any level. But as of now, just for this thing, what we have done here is like you just select the home node from where exactly, basically the location from where you want to check this one, and then you search for a specific keyword, right? And then you search for a specific language here. You check if you want to do an exact match, or you want to do you don't want to do an exact match. And here if you see, system will check for the item name. So because this is just a base here, we can anyways extend this one to include other fields also here, right? And those fields we can specify as part of our input parameter only here, right? So but just to keep it simple, and just to give you an idea of the concept which we are thinking, we are just going to run it via item name. So before that, let me just quickly show you what we have here. So what we have here is we have these many items here. So if I just search for test, and then if I do test 1, if I do no, and I search for English, and then you can just do it based on different languages. But as we're doing it for item name, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, down the line, if we do it based on different fields, then we can have our language things also activated. But yes, as of now also this language will be considered. So this is my keyword test 1. I go for language EN, and then I don't want to go for any exact match. If I click on run report, I see that we have one item here. Now another thing which I just want to show you quickly is, if I go for quickly home, and then if I just do test, and I do I don't want to do any exact match, and I want to search for English language, and if you see for test we have 3 different items, and even 4 also here, like 1 2 3 tests. So we should see 4 items here. So let's just run this report, and we see 4 items here. So This also comes very handy sometimes, for our content authors who wants to delete all those items which they created as part of their testing activity, testing exercise, and they want to delete it before it gets promoted to production. Uh, the last one what we have on the list here is user item updates report. So what we do here is like we ask for the report route, like from where we want to verify it. So again, as we were doing it before, let me just select home. For which language we want to do it, let's just go for en. And which user we want to check, let me just take Sitecore and my user only. And then time period. So basically what we are doing here is, for this specific user, what activity he has done, um, based on the time period we have selected here. So as of now, it is actually going to tell you that what items has been updated by this user in this specific time period or in this time range. So if I select 5, so it will list down all those changes which this user has done in the last 5 days based on from this location, and all child items also. Another thing to consider here is because we have two parameters related to time. So one is just we will check for those specific days, and then here we have a date range. So if just in case if we have both the things populated here, it will always take the date range there. So if time period and date range both are selected, date range will be considered. So but yeah, for now I'm just taking 5 days here, and then let me just run the report. So maybe this user doesn't have any changes there, so let me just do this one again, this item report, and let me just select the content again here for the en. Let me select /hoshi, and let me select maybe 10 here, or run report. I think nothing has been updated by this user. 1 second. Sorry for that. And if I go here, just quickly make this one. Okay, and then select this one. /hoshi. Okay, let me just select first, and then let me select 8. Let me select 10. Then both will be considered unreport. Yeah, I think that's what we have. So it is actually taking it from the date range. So based on this date range, these are the updates which has been done by that specific user. So, and this also comes in handy sometimes when we want to check that what changes, what change that specific user has done in that specific period. So this all these things can be checked here. So this is just an overview on what we were thinking as part of providing some handy tools for our content authors and developers, and going forward we will also extend it and provide some more features to that. So overall, I and Sandeep and Himanshu, we work together as a team, and we find it very useful from the collaboration perspective, communication perspective, and as providing, like, we are working remote from 3 different locations. So overall, it was good, and that's best of luck for others, and thanks for watching. Thank you.